Okay, very well. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the valedictory session of Summer Internship in Computational Nuclear Astrophysics 2025. So, this internship we started in 31st of May, and we had our couple of weeks, like maybe 6 weeks internship, and we learned a lot. So, I'm gonna summarize every bit of it. So let us just start. Let me put it to the full screen. Okay, so this was the initial poster of the summer internship, right, where I propose some things like what you will learn from this internship. So what was our goal at that point of time? So it is encapsulated in this internship, and I made a video about this also. So I'm not gonna visit
Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered?
this right now, but I'm just gonna jump directly to my presentation. So welcome again to the valedictory session of this 6-week summer internship in computational nuclear astrophysics research. And the famous quote, it is written in the screen, that science is not memorizing facts, it is learning how to think through the chaos. But when we do think through the chaos, like we cannot think about it without practicing. So we need to practice, we need to learn how to put our hands into something. So how we learn things? When we put action to it, be it anything, like if it is a physics, if it is philosophy, if it is anything, when we actually do that thing, then we learn, then we get an experience, and then we can say, okay, we learned something. Otherwise we just read the book and it doesn't matter, it doesn't give you anything. So maybe you can relate this with, like, whenever your teacher was solving some numerical in the class by himself on the board, him or herself in the board. But when you actually do some numerical exercise after coming to your home, and you solve like 5-6 example by yourself, then you feel the real happiness, then you feel the real experience, and that makes you learn something, right? So that's why the action is very, very important. You can relate that feeling, right? So we started with code of conduct, and I'm very happy we followed the code of conduct. Every participant followed the code of conduct. They were very respectful about the diversity, about the dialogue, and yes, about discipline and punctuality. Yeah, it was good. I will say 80-90%, not 100%. I will expect like more, like if the session starts at 9, you guys starts at 9. But anyways, 5-10 minutes are fine. Then work integrity. Yes, I would really like to acknowledge the work integrity you showed. Whatever assignment you submitted, I can saw by looking to it, like whether it is ChatGPT, whether it is copied. I mean, I can tell the difference, but I will still appreciate the the effort from all the participants who have done the real work. Okay. And the supportive community, that was the fourth thing which we observed. Now we know each other, right? We have like a friends group now. We can talk to each other, we can share ideas, we can help each other, and we can get help from each other. So I saw that when you were talking to each other. So we followed the code of conduct pretty well. Now, so we started with like around 23 registration, out of which 16 made it to the finals, like they submitted everything, all the requirements. And at that time, there were 12 participants from India, then 2 from Nepal, 1 from Nigeria, and 1 from Canada. Okay, and 6 were female and 10 were male. So I wanted it to be around 50%, but this number is also good. And then we have like 3 of them were faculty and 11 students, and 1 science enthusiast, which I can also put that in the student category. Okay, what about in terms of education? So 1 guy was PhD, and 1 was higher secondary, 3 were undergraduate, and most of you, like 11 participants, were postgraduate. So we narrowed it down, like at the end of the internship, I think there are only 10 participants, so who have completed the requirement of the internship to get the certificate, right? So what was the internship about and why it was different? Okay, I sell it, it was different. You have to tell me if it is was different or not. Okay, you have already told me in the feedback session. I'm gonna go with the feedback session in this presentation as well, right? So we learned skill. We now know how to simulate a star. We can put a nice MR curve from the equation of state. So we learned how to simulate star, and we learned how to simulate dense matter physics, right? We coded, we modeled, we wrote and presented like a researcher. You guys did pretty well. We missed one part here. We did not write our on US code. I gave you one code, like the Velechka code. You can work on that. You might have worked on that already, but writing a code from scratch is a huge task. So I will summarize in when I'm gonna summarize this internship. I will talk about how we can if someone is interested in like working on some research problem, then we can write a code from scratch. So that is a big problem that takes time, maybe 6 months or maybe a year, right? So but we learned the basic skill. So what you didn't do, I hope you did not memorize lecture and you did not repeated formulas, although there were no formulas, just for the there were few formulas in Velechka model as well as TOV, right? But we didn't have to memorize it. Let's not talk about fun fact. You guys are excellent, right? So what tools have you learned? So we learned about Anaconda Python. So most of you guys did work in Anaconda, like you installed in your Python terminal, and you use the Python terminal, you installed it in your machine, and then you guys were using VS Code. I have seen like many of you guys were using VS Code. Now you know the code editor. You can use any language you want. And the Cybin, as I discussed, command line tools are very important whenever you want to go to a scientific computational field. Whether if we talk about like using cluster, using servers, then this Linux is very, very important. And then bash and sbash, we learned a bit about sbash, like how to parallelize a code, like how to submit a job in the cluster. And we also learned bash. Bash gives you power to control the terminal itself. Sometimes you don't want to write each and command again and again, right, line by line. So you just put everything in the bash script and then you just execute the bash script, then it will execute it line by line. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. So bash is very powerful. I recommend you to like explore it more, so you can optimize your code, like you can parallelize your code with it. Then GitHub was the most powerful tool that I have ever discovered. And some of the participant also acknowledged that this was one of the best part of this internship. Right now you know how to control the version, but keep practicing it. If you don't practice it, you will lose the charm. You will lose the charm of GitHub. So keep practicing it. Upload your code to the GitHub, make new tags, make new class, make new comments, and you can also show that comments to some person who is interested in your profile, that okay, I have worked on this project, and the comments shows that you were working on the project like regularly. So it is very important. Then LaTeX, it was not a comprehended session on LaTeX, but it was still some insights about LaTeX. So now we know how to write a scientific papers and presentations, and you guys did pretty well using LaTeX. You presented presentations. I really liked it, and now you know LaTeX better. Then Zotero, which was like minimal thing, but it is very powerful to store the research, like to manage the references related to research, whatever you are interested in. So you can also share among each other. And then we have AI chatbots. I have a dedicated session about how to use AI chatbots and how to use different AI tools which can be used in our work, right? Whether we have to write a LaTeX code, whether we have to write a, how to add bibliography in LaTeX, any question you can ask to AI chatbots, right? So it is very useful to learn from it, but we don't have to depend on it. We can just use it as a assistant, not to replace ourselves. The creativity should come from our mind. AI tool is just for like repeated task, or maybe language, if we have a good command on language. First thing is that. Okay, so tools enhance work but do not replace effort, right? So we have to remember that. So we did reverse engineering. What do I mean with reverse engineering? Like, it is very hard to start a problem with this from the scratch, right? So we don't have enough time for that. If we are doing a research internship for like maybe 6 months or 1 year, we can explore every part of it, like each and every cell of it. But here we have a machine, then we disentangle it and we are building it again, right? And we know how we disentangle it, and we want to entangle it again, we want to arrange it again, right? So this was our idea. We have a code, already have a code. I gave you the code. Now you have to understand that code line by line, or maybe whatever programs I have shared with you. Then you try your ideas on it and you make something out of it. So functions, some libraries, some loops, if else condition, all that thing, and then you have the things, and then you build something out of it, and you use that concept in writing the equation of state. So okay, so this was our core philosophy in this internship, and this was the schedule. Okay, so we did talk about basics of scientific programming, scientific computing foundations. We then switched to physics, nuclear astrophysics, advanced equation of state and coding, TOV and MR curve. At last we finalized it with the capstone presentation. Now, so we did everything. It was like we discussed about all these things for few weeks, 6 weeks, and it was a comprehensive task, and we put every discussion on this playlist. Oh, why it is opening there? Okay, so everything that we have gone through this internship, it has been recorded here, apart from the pandas session again. It was unfortunate that we could not record that. I could not record that. Anyway, so I have put each and every lecture on this YouTube playlist. So whenever you feel like you want to remember something, you want to learn that thing again, you can go to that particular video and you can see it. If you if you know some of your colleague which did not attend this internship, you can also share this YouTube playlist with them. And I feel like this internship, I'm not saying this is the best internship, that is the best possible explanation of this physics concept that has been done in this playlist, but I will say, like, if there is no alternative, then it is best to start with this internship videos, and you can recommend it to any PhD coursework guy or a girl who is interested in nuclear astrophysics. So this will serve a good foundation for them. This is what I believe. So we have this let me just put it in the full screen mode. We have this playlist. It is around of 20 hours, and you guys can visit whenever you want. It is like a short course. And what about the resources? What about the other resources? We have notes on Google Drive, which I have put in private mode. So it will be, you will be able to access it anytime, as long as you have the access to your email which you shared with me, right? So you can just click, you can go to my website and you can just click on the particular folder, and then you can see all those folders there. So it will remain there, but I have not made them public. so it will be remain accessible only for you guys. Okay, so you can go through any of the folders you want, so everything is organized. Now, one additional part that I put was career in astrophysics. See, whenever we do internship and all that thing, like why we are doing it if we don't know where we want to go. So career in astrophysics video was the effort to answer your queries about what will we do after we learn, like about PhD, or if we are MSc student, how can we join a PhD, or if you are an undergrad student, where you can be join MSc physics, where astrophysics is something, right? Astrophysics, specialization in astrophysics. So this was the talk in about career in astrophysics. I hope you liked it. We had a good discussion at the end, so you can visit that anytime you want. It will remain public, and also you can share it with your friends. Okay, very good. So what you produced basically, so we did weekly assignments, right? I delivered assignments and you guys were very good completing it on the time, and we did submit project report in LaTeX. Now you guys know LaTeX. You already knew LaTeX, but you now have a better hold. Then you did oral presentation where you showcased your work, and let me tell you honestly, Dr. Monisha Sharma was very impressed by all of your work. That was something for her, like you guys put a lot of effort. And then today we are gonna get the certificates, right? Attendance, capstone, and participation, all that thing. So each session was recorded, and it is also available on the YouTube, as I told you. And you guys did pretty well, right? You showed discipline and perseverance. So like we started with 23 participants, now we are only 10, right? So this is something. So you guys have worked together with discipline and perseverance, right? So these are the participants who have completed, and I think 6 or 7 of you are with me today in this internship valedictory session. So I'm just gonna say the name: Yadav Raj Dahal from Nepal, Honor Crown from Nigeria, Ranjit from VIT Vellore Institute of Technology, I guess, Nyukti from Pune, Harish from VIT Vellore Institute of Technology, Ashish from Kullu, Kunal from Pune. Then we have Shweta Rani, we have Arjun, we have Rahul, and we have Ria. Okay, so thank you all. You have done a great job, and now you are here and you have completed the internship. And since there was I could not make a collage, like this place was remaining, I put a neutron star merger there. So you guys are also a merger. You will create merger in the future. Anyways, so this is the chart. So these are the marks that you got at the end of your capstone presentation, and I'm not gonna highlight who was first, who was second, who was third. So this is just for a visual purpose, that okay, so you guys did pretty well. You were in the range of 40 to 60, most of you. So it was a very good effort from all of you. So I truly appreciate your commitment and effort throughout this internship. Your dedication has been inspiring, and I really mean it. What lies ahead? So obviously I'm gonna give you a certificate, right? But certificate is nothing. Your skills are something, right? If you show a certificate to someone, that means nothing. If you can show your skills, whatever you have learned from this internship, that would be interesting. So now you have like extreme matter understanding, like how dense matter works. You have some basic understanding, and if you are interested, you can read more about it. You can explore videos, you can explore lectures and whatnot. Now you are more familiar to code building, and you started with the very simple Python language scripts and all these pandas, NumPy, matplotlib. But later, at the later stage, you understood how to write a complex nuclear astrophysics code. Well, HK model, I will say complex, right? But let me tell you, if I talk about CMF model code or like any lattice code or something, it there these codes are a very substantial one, maybe thousands of lines, maybe 6,000 lines of code. Valedictory was like 100 200 lines of code. So that makes you ready for the bigger challenges, right? It is straightforward. Career path, we talked about career path and research, data science, AI opportunity. So let me emphasize one thing again here. If you know pandas, if you know Python, if you know matplotlib, if you know Seaborn, that opens the way towards data science, right? That is a basic requirements for a data scientist or data analyst. And you can learn machine learning on top of it. Then you can make your profile more better for these opportunities, right? And now you also have a community. uh, you can talk to each other. Okay, now the interesting slides have started to come. So what about the future collaboration opportunities? Yes, research project. If some of you feels like, okay, I can contribute to nuclear astrophysics research, do you have some idea? If you want to collaborate with me, you are most welcome. So I will just recommend you to go through my profile, research profile, pretty well, and think about read about my all papers. If you have any ideas, like, we can work on that. And I will not think about a paper right now. We can start exploring things. If any of you is interested, we can start exploring things. And after few months or weeks, we can think like whether it can be a paper or not, right? So we can start discussing about. If you have a interest with me, you can talk to me. And you can also talk to within yourself about, if you guys can also collaborate, right? Yeah, what next? So next thing is a workshop and webinar. So I'm gonna obviously organize some workshop and webinars in the future, and I will eventually, I hope you guys are connected with me on social media, maybe LinkedIn. So I will keep sharing such posts, and if you guys are interested, we can collaborate there. So okay, you guys can register and we can talk about things there. We can learn something new. And then the next thing is alumni networks. Now we are in alumni of computational nuclear astrophysics internship, and I can create a Google chat group where we will, we have a common place. I don't rely on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is like for short communication, like maybe for a day or two. For long communication, I will prefer some more substantial thing, maybe Google chat group. So I can create a Google chat group. I will add your Gmail through that, and if you have any question, so it will act like a Slack, not exactly Slack. It is a minimal version of Slack, like we just talk and we can exchange some information. So I will do that so that we get connected. We are connected in the future, and whenever you have some question, you can discuss within your peers, and I can also try answering your questions. So the learning doesn't end with this internship. It evolves into lifelong collaboration and shared discovery. So I will always look forward to talk to you guys about research, about anything. Okay, so let us do a quick feedback analysis. And first of all, thank you very much for submitting the Google form, the feedback form, right? And this is the main question, like I asked, like, how would you rate your overall internship experience? And let me just open that so that it is more interactive. Why it is opening this? Yeah, now I can see how many of you have given me 5, or how many have given me some numbers. So I ask you, like, there was a main question about overall experience. How would you rate your overall internship experience? and I am glad that I got 66% people saying okay, it was very good, like 5 of 5, and 3 of you said okay, it was not best but better. Okay, and 1 of you said good. Okay, so that I really appreciate your honesty here, and I have like detailed analysis as well, like you put a detailed uh, I asked you about a specific feedback about a particular week, so I have noted it down and I will keep that thing in my mind for the future, right? So thank you for putting that, and I'm gonna go with one. What did you enjoy most about this internship? Okay, let us not talk about that. What did you find most challenging? Okay, let's not go through that. Yeah, favorite session topic. I want to go. Actually, I am also disconnected with this. I'm doing it after a long time. Any comments about the mentor? Thank you for your very appreciable comments. Thank you for that. Yeah, suggestion to improve teaching and coordination. Let's focus on that. Yeah, so I acknowledge that due to time constraint, teaching was all good, but maybe it could have been little slower. I agree to that. Yeah, that's why I recorded it. So that you can change the playback speed. You can change it to 0.8x or 0.9x or 1x. But I can also slow myself in the real time session, in the live session, but then I have to extend the internship. I don't want to bore you with bore you for like 1.5 hour or 2 hours. You guys were very patient, but I always try to finish thing, like maybe if I can do that in 2 hours instead of 2.5 hour, then I prefer that, because everything is recorded. You guys can visit that again. But I appreciate your comment. I will think about it and I will take care of that. I'm largely satisfied with it has been affecting. Okay, there is no suggestion. Thank you. I think the presentation should be 10 minutes only. I will challenge the well-known student to complete the topic quickly as well as clearly, while at the same time will encourage student to give the presentation at least, no matter even it's small. It's a very good comment. Thank you. I don't agree with that the presentation should be 10 minutes only for a new guy who is starting. No new guy or girl. I think for the first timer, I will give them at least 30 minutes so that they can prepare for themselves. They can talk things whatever they have in my mind. But I like the last comment of you, like the presentation, the students who are new, the presentation should be at least they should show presentation, no matter even if it is small. So I think I did that. I asked students who did not did capstone presentation, even if they can do a minimal work, maybe 2-3 slides, then I will also be happy, and it will be help them to boost their confidence, right? Some of them did that, some of them did not do. Anyways, so everything was the teaching could was okay, everything was good. Okay, there were no significant suggestion to improve. Thank you for that. Internship to Admu, thank you for that. One suggestion for next year internship. Okay, nucleosynthesis. Somebody put about nucleosynthesis process in stars and gravitational waves. So nucleosynthesis is not my expertise, but thank you for your suggestion. I would not be able to do that. Gravitational wave, I can do neutron star mergers. This is one of the problem I am currently working on. So maybe in future we can work, or I can make a different internship or some research workshop on that. And one of you guys suggested longer time duration for entire internship, 2 to 3 months. Okay, that is a good idea, but I guess summer is the best. um, you know Summer is the best time where we can have this internship, so it only allows maybe 1.5 months. So I will think about it. Include more topics. I think the topics were already, they were very vast, but if you have a specific suggestion, I can happy to work on that. Duration of internship and more hands-on session. This is very important, hands-on session. We missed that in the internship. The main challenge was like whenever you organize some online internship, it is very difficult to have hand-on sessions. I cannot see you, I cannot see your screen, and you guys are also sometimes you hesitate. I cannot touch your computer to fix that problem. So there are some hardships, but we can try more hands-on session. But let me tell you one thing, guys. I was expecting like discussion sessions after each assignment, but you guys were too good. Like I didn't get that feeling that I should organize a discussion session just to go with the assignments and everything, because you guys did pretty well. Maybe you already knew, or I was I was explaining the things pretty well. I don't know which was the case, but you guys did the hands-on session pretty well by yourself. Try to complete the assignment and daily work on that date itself. Okay, I missed it for like maybe 1 or 2 times, but thank you for the suggestion. One suggestion for next year internship is to include a short orientation session at the beginning to give an overview, blah 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 blah, and it would help students settle in more quickly and understand the workload. I think I did that, but the audio from you guys were missing in that orientation. And the orientation in the college was not that good because there were more people, and it got diverted to some other thing. But then I did an orientation with you guys online with just you and me. Okay, include C++ and solving complex mathematical problems using programming. Yeah, that is a good idea. We can build a dedicated internship on computational programming, not dense matter, not some specific scientific or research problem, just like start with the language C++ maybe, and then we try to solve complex mathematical problems using that language. That can be done. Okay, this is, I don't want to read. Any message for the MRPD Government College? You guys did pretty well. I really like your comments. Yeah, that was all. So thank you for very nice and detailed feedback. So whenever I will organize some internship or workshop in the future, I will definitely go read it so that I can have things in my mind. Okay, let's come back to my slides. Okay, yeah, and I would like to specially thank you for everyone. Thank you to everyone. So you gave me 5 out of 5. I really appreciate it. Thank you for that. What else? And I selected few quotes from you guys, which I liked a lot. So yeah, I don't know who wrote it, and I don't want to say the name, right? You guys know whosoever has written it. So one of you guys were very, when I say guy, I acknowledge girl part as well. Please don't feel bad. So one of you guys wrote this thing like, to organize such a well secluded internship, notes, assignment and study material, active response to our problem, it takes a lot of effort and time. Really appreciate that even for new ones to this topic. This was such a great experience. Thank you for acknowledging the little details. To put everything together, it takes a lot of effort, and to plan everything, make notes, it's a lot of work. So thank you for acknowledging that. And the most challenging part of the internship was understanding some of the advanced nuclear physics concept in the beginning. Since these topics were quite new to me, it took time to get comfortable, and also using new tools and doing simulation was a bit difficult, but with the help of my colleague I was able to understand things better and slowly gain confidence. That is very good. I just wanted to highlight this part here, the colleague. So I put this quote here just for this word. So what I want to say here is that collaboration. So you are in some internship and then you are learning from me, from the mentor itself, but you are also learning from your colleagues. So that is what one of the goal of this internship, right? And you have a good experience of learning things, and you are also collaborating with each other, which is fantastic. Then there is another quote. Dr. Rajesh is very supportive. Blah, blah, blah. He gave clear guidance and encouragement to think independently. I really appreciated the way he explained complex topic in a simple and understandable. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for acknowledging the little details again. And then I selected a quote about MRPD. So some of the participants said, I am truly thankful to MRPD Government College for giving me this opportunity to be part of this internship. It was a valuable learning experience and I really appreciate the support and coordination provided. Wishing the college continued success in guiding and inspiring students in the field of research. Thank you very much for your detailed comment about the college. It is very uh, I appreciate it a lot, and also my college will appreciate it a lot. Thank you for putting that thing here. Now, at last, I will just like to acknowledge. Okay, there is one slide missing. Yeah, at last, I will just like to acknowledge contribution and support from few people. First of all, I would like to acknowledge support from the principal of MRPD Government College Talwada for his support and for his for his support to start this internship. And then I would also like to thank Dr. Manisha, RDIC convener, who also supported from the beginning to organize this internship, and she was very supportive throughout the program. And then I would also like to thank the judges, Professor Jasprit, Dr. Yogesh, both of them for helping me judge, and also Professor Sakshi for the proofreading, and she was in the WhatsApp group all the time. She helped me a lot. And also I'd like to acknowledge Professor Ajay Kumar, who helped me publicize this internship in the college social media profile. Moreover, I would like to acknowledge Institute Innovation Council, who is the central body of Government of India, which basically monitors, which pushes the zeal about innovation throughout the country, and it is distributed to different colleges and universities in India. Then I would like to thank Department of Higher Education Punjab. Without their support, I would not be able to make this internship possible. And at last, I would like to thank all teaching, non-teaching staff and students of the MRPD college. Without their help, this internship would not be possible. Moreover, I would like to thank my professor, postdoc supervisor, Professor Veronica Dexheimer from Kent State University, US. So she is one of the one of the men. You have a mentor in your life which has a great impact on you. So she is one of the mentor who has a great impact on me, not only like research wise, also you also learn different things from people, right? And I liked her personality. I learned a lot about like how to manage work in your life and how to manage stress and everything. Anyways, and I am also thankful to Nicholas, who is a grad student from University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. He's an excellent programmer, excellent physicist. He is one of the main developers of Muses. Muses, not only CMF module but also Climber. Like many modules he have contributed in, he is very good. And then I would like to acknowledge Dr. Matthias Pellicer, who is a postdoc in he was a postdoc in Kent State University, but now he's a postdoc in University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. So I am very thankful to him for giving us the access to the calculation engine, and he is the person behind Muses synthesis, which basically synthesize all the modules, all the different modules, and what you did was CMF, Lapton, and then Climber. How we are connecting all those things together, like what is the workflow, how they are connected. So Dr. Matthias is the guy who has developed that package synthesis, who where you can connect all those things, right? So I really acknowledge his effort here. And then I have Dr. Arvind Kumar, who was my PhD supervisor from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar, India. And I started my nuclear astrophysics career from Jalandhar, and I will always remember his contribution in my research and whatever personality I am holding today. Then I would like to acknowledge the Muses collaboration, the whole collaboration, each and every participant of it. And without this collaboration, without this open source framework, the internship would not be possible, right? So I'm really thankful for them. At last, not the least, I am really thankful to AI tools like chatbots who helped me a lot during this internship. Okay, so without it, it is not possible to sum up everything, to make all the documents in just 1 month, in 1.5 months. So I could do it because I know I can do it using this. I need some assistant, now I have some assistant. In the past, at some time, like when I was working very hard, I could think like, can I clone myself, like 3-4 of me, and we can work simultaneously, and I can put them in some menial tasks, okay, do some repetitive task. But now I have something. I just ask ChatGPT or something, okay, do this repetitive work for me. I don't want to put my mind into that. I will do something creative, right? I will use my creative brain to make something new. But for repetitive tasks, you give me the power, right? And this is how all the markdown files, all the things have been generated. But you have to talk to AI tools a lot. So I am not a person who hide these things, because I know this is the future, and you guys have to use it. I have to use it. Otherwise, we will be obsolete in this AI race. So we need to use it as much as we can, but as long as we are using our creative brain for ourselves. So we are not fully dependent on the AI. So at last, I just wanted to say, I just want to acknowledge all of you. Without you guys, this internship would not be possible. Not only you, all the participants who registered, who went through all the modules, went through all the YouTube lectures and all those things. But you guys made it. I only put your picture here, but okay, let me say like that. This neutron star merger picture, have all the rest of the particles. Like it is a symbolic representation for them. So I thank each of you for making this internship possible. Okay, so it was a privilege to witness your growth, and I learned from your question as much as you learned from the sessions. So thank you very much. So with this, I would just finish the valedictory session, and now I will just come back to the Google Meet, where we can have some live interaction. After that, I will leave you for the night so that you can enjoy your good night sleep. Yeah, that's all from my valedictory session. And before that, I would okay, you guys might be thinking about, what about the certificate? Okay, so I have made the certificate. It will be mailed to your registered email maybe tomorrow or today. I will think about it whenever I get time. So you will get it by tomorrow, right? Yes. So the session is open for Q&A or any feedback you want to say on the video, or anything you want to say about this internship. Okay, so if you have nothing to say, can you just turn on your video once so that I can have a click for my social media session? Not session, but post. Could you guys please turn on your video? Yeah, Kunal, Niyukti, Rahul, and Shweta, please. Could you do that as well? Okay, I'm gonna click that, right? Through three, two, one. Okay, I clicked one more. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. You can turn down your video if you want. Okay, so let us. If you guys have any, if you want to say something, now is the time. Otherwise, I will just hang up the session, and yeah. If one of you can at least like say something about the internship, that would be good.
Hello,
Since
hello,
I'm
sir.
recording, yeah, Arjun, please.
Sir, I would say it was a great experience in this internship. So, personally, I believe that internship is not like learning things or cramming things. So, suppose we have learned so many things there, we will not be able to remember all of the things. But the thing is, in the future, if we come across such kind of topics like GitHub or these Velecka model, it will click in our mind. Yeah, I have learned that thing that day. So we can easily come to the videos or notes that we have, and it will help a lot to us. So I think yeah, it was a great experience, and yeah, so thank you for giving such a great internship offer for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun, for very nice words. Yeah, indeed, guys will acknowledge in the future, realize in the future that okay, the things you have learned today will help you a lot. If you are doing, research in nuclear astrophysics, these are the things you will need in any computational sort of physics. GitHub, LaTeX, Bash, SBatch, Linux. You're gonna need that. You're gonna need everything. Okay, so let me give another call if someone else wants to say anything.
Just few days back, I met Arjun in a workshop in Manipal.
Uh-huh.
So uh, it was a coincidence. First, we did our internship together with you, and after our internship gets over, we actually met in person. Even during the time, we discussed how good this internship was, and even while at the internship, someone texted Arjun asking about how to use Muse's calculation engine, and we were directing them through the text
Oh,
and
that's great.
everything. Even after the internship, people are still interested in getting to know Muses and everything. Uh, uh, it shows how much impact you have made in us about the topic and in coding and everything. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, Harish, for very nice and inspiring words. Yeah, the Muses calculation engine, it is an open source framework. It is a huge $1 billion grant. Not $1 billion, I said it a lot. But it is a huge money. I don't exactly remember how much is it. Maybe I think it is 1,400,000, 500K, around 500K dollars. And we are gonna renew it soon. So you guys can use the Muse's open source framework anytime. You can explore the module. It is a comprehensive, we just used one part of it. And not only using the module, but in the future we can also try to write our code. Yeah, so at last I just want to say that I am more interested in when we solve a non-linear couple equation. For example, we had sigma and omega equation of motion, right? And then we solve it through a solver, numerical solver, whether it is a Python based or something like fsolve. But now I'm more interested in solving that equations using machine learning, right? So I'm thinking into the, if some of you guys are interested in that, we can work on this problem together. I can share some literature. Eventually I want to shift to that area where we can also use some statistical tools or machine learning in our research. Okay, so with that I would just like to thank all of you for coming to the valedictory session and for attending this internship. I hope this whole internship experience was good for you. And again, thank you for your suggestion, whatever you have put in the feedback form. I will happily go into that in the future internship. And thank you very much for writing personally to me. Whenever I finish some internship, workshop, class or anything, I always ask my students to write for me. It can be good, it can be bad, whatever the true experience they had with me, right? So that I will obviously remove the negative point before putting in the website, but I will remember the negative point so that I can improve that in the future. So thank you all for putting that, whosoever has put that. I really appreciate the words you have put, the love you have shown. Thank you very much. So with that, I would just like to conclude this internship today. And it was a very long internship experience with you guys, and I loved it very much. And I feel like I have learned from all of you. I have a solid foundation about all the things. Previously it was scattered to me, but now it is encapsulated and in a more arranged manner. Thank you guys for that, and I wish you the best for the future. Thank you. See you.